Hello, good people of the internet, and welcome back to more Resident Evil 2. I keep wanting to say 3, but it's 2. We're still on 2.
Okay. This place is pretty...
You know what I like to call this place?
What's that?
The Oregon Trail.
I mean, I guess that's technically not wrong.
It is a trail made of organs.
Yeah. You know, there actually is a Oregon Trail game based off the Oregon Trail, but it's a zombie game. A zombie version of the Oregon Trail, you could say.
Jesus. They're everywhere.
You know, it's kind of funny.
I saw that. What's that?
Until, Resident Evil 7, it was unclear whether the word fuck was canon to this universe.
Okay.
Seriously, they managed to go most of the franchise without saying the word, despite it consistently being rated M.
I know, but I don't know if that makes it, not a canned word. I think that just makes it...
I know,
that they didn't want to say
it's
it.
funnier to word it that way. When
Okay.
Eternals came out and people were saying, thanks to Eternals, we now know that sex is canon to the MCU. Because there's a, intimate scene between two characters in the movie.
Yes, because before everyone must have reproduced asexually.
That's the joke. An obvious concept where it's no shit, it exists, but because it's actually being shown in a story, it's funny to say this is proof that this thing exists in this continuity.
Yes, I think I get it. It's very silly.
Aquaman is proof that water is canon to the DC universe.
Yes. Do you know who Ben Shapiro is?
Unfortunately, yes.
Do you ever see that clip of him trying to say oh, if the sea levels really do rise, people can just sell their houses and move somewhere else. And then that one guy goes, who are they gonna sell their houses to, Ben? Fucking Aquaman?
That's funny.
Yes, also I died.
Huh. That was kind of an anticlimactic death animation.
Yeah, I kind of just got nibbled by one of the small things and fell over.
Yeah, you'd think they would do something more visually unique with that. Ben Shapiro feels like the submissive bottom counterpart to Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor.
Okay.
Even Jesse Eisenberg's character has more of Dom energy than Ben Shapiro.
Man, now you've reminded me of the fucking Jesse Eisenberg Lex Luthor. That was such a weird choice.
Yeah, where it heavily implied he had a fucking Senate member drink his piss in front of everyone during a meeting.
They tried to make Lex into the Joker for some reason.
They were trying to go for a trendy modern billionaire Elon Musk or whatever. But literally they should have just casted him as the Riddler.
You know, that would have I could see that, actually. I could see him as a Riddler.
An idea that I first just entertained as a joke, but the more I thought about it, I'm oh shit, that actually could be some cool story potential. It's the idea that the Riddler has feelings for Batman. Like, it sounds silly, but if the way I see it is like, I'm not sure the exact name is, but it's like a sexual orientation where it's not based on gender, it's based off of the intelligence of the person.
Everywhere.
The more intelligent the person is, the more attractive they are to that individual. And I thought it would be kind of an interesting idea if he's like attracted to Batman, but like it's like Batman's like solving his riddles, and so he takes it as like a challenge to come up with something that Batman can't solve.
Oh no!
Well, we did have a canonical gay Riddler in Harley Quinn. It's not exactly the same thing you were talking about, but it is like along the line, sort of.
Not really.
But I mean, I get what you're saying, though. I don't know what you would call that either.
Because the kind of attraction I'm describing, it has nothing to do with like the gender of the person.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Also, I thought it was hilarious that it was Riddler and Cloth King, because I know they're like different in that universe, but I did think that they were like sort of similar in the Batman animated series.
You know what their ship name is?
What?
Hey, what time is it?
All right.
It's a time-based question. It's fucking perfect.
Yeah. What did you think of the Riddler in the Batman, by the way?
I liked him, but he seemed more in line with anarchy than the Riddler.
Yeah.
Because anarchy is literally a masked vigilante who calls out the injustices of the legal system and is only against Batman after being disheartened by the fact that Batman doesn't approve of his methods.
I just realized I didn't bring any plugs with me.
Well, at least you cleared out the path.
I think I can only use this plug in here anyway, right? Because this is the puzzle room.
Yeah.
Let's see if I remember how to do this.
But anyways, anarchy. He is a very compelling character if written correctly.
Son of a bitch.
And I've seen instances of him being written well and poorly. In Batman Arkham Origins, there's a side mission. Oh, actually, there's a few involving anarchy, but they can be completed back to back.
What's up with you?
The thing that made him interesting in that game was that the things that he was calling out, like basically like telling the citizens of Gotham, like, hey, this is going on, you need to join me. It wasn't like your standard like conspiracy theory bullshit that they would have had the characters say normally. It was like legitimate, agreeable stuff, like the distribution of wealth being dramatically imbalanced, as well as the rampant corruption of the police.
Yeah.
And when Batman is like, no, I'm not gonna join you, you're a criminal just like the others, he fucking calls out Batman in a way that, like, is pretty accurate.
Nice.
He points out that he's just like the others. He's not actually seeking to truly make a difference. He's just trying to atone for past sins.
Yeah.
And that's why he spends his vast wealth on what he does.
Yeah, that does make sense. I will be honest, I completely forgot how to do this puzzle.
Shit.
You have all the plugs?
I only have 2, but the 2 that I have are the 2 that can only be used here.
Oh. You just need to get, hang on, go out, dude, it's fucking dead.
I'm trying to break the knife. Because I don't really need... There we go.
Okay, for the record, you could literally open up your inventory and select discard knife.
I guess.
Arkham Origins is probably like the most based out of the Arkham games.
Well, we're going to be playing that eventually, right? We're going to be streaming all the Arkham games.
Because it's the one game in the series you actually get to beat the shit out of cops.
Are we going to be doing Blackgate as well, since that technically is part of the series?
Not sure. It's a completely different gameplay style, and it's like a Metroidvania style, like search action.
Yeah, but it's also a prequel.
No, it's a sequel to Origins.
Is it a sequel? I thought it was a prequel.
No, it's a sequel. It's still a prequel to Arkham Asylum, but it's a sequel to Arkham Origins.
Okay.
Solomon Grundy is introduced in Batman Arkham City, and they make it out to be like this Batman's first encounter with Grundy. But in Origins Blackgate, they're just randomly fucking Solomon Grundy there.
Well, to be fair,
without explanation.
To be fair, Origins itself also has a breaking continuity with the Bat Grapple.
That's segregation in gameplay and story.
But
there's never a point where he uses the grapnel boost in a cutscene.
Okay, sure, but the fact that, well, Alfred.
It's only there. Okay, what about Alfred?
Alfred gives it to him, and he's like, "Hey, don't forget your bat grapple boost or whatever."
What are you talking about?
I'm pretty sure I'm remembering that there's a...
No, they never bring up the boost thing in the story of Origins.
I don't think it's like a story thing. I think it's just like an offhand comment.
No, it's not even an offhand comment.
Well, we'll get there eventually.
In City, you have to do like an optional task to unlock it, but in Origins, it's just there without explanation.
I just remember that...
And outside of that, any of the new gadgets that Batman gets, they either malfunction by the end of the story, or they're dissected and then retrofitted into the more iconic gadgets.
I just remember that in City, it was mentioned that this is like a new thing.
Yeah.
And then
the reason why it's in Origins is just simply because
quality of life.
The developers were given the base code for City because that was the most recent game.
Wow. Okay.
And so they're just working with what they were given. And it would ironically take more work to remove that feature than it would to just have it there.
And plus quality of life. It really is like
especially since they not only do they reuse the city from Arkham City, but from 25 years ago, which means that you get this cool experience of seeing these areas that were dilapidated and falling apart, like in pristine condition, they expanded the map in on top of that.
Yeah.
And so there's even more ground to cover. Story-wise, they go out of their way to tie the story to the continuities while still giving them the ability to explore these creative ideas. Bane, for example, is very accurately depicted in the game as this absolute like perfect mixture of brains and brawn and just overall like the one guy that makes Batman feel like the hunted rather than the hunter. But in the later Arkham games, by later I mean the ones prior to Origins, he's just a big hulking brute man that throws rocks at you.
Isn't that because he actually suffered brain damage in the events of Origin?
Yeah, he basically like injected himself with an experimental compound, and like the side effects was like severe brain damage.
Yeah.
It is so frustrating being a fan of Bane because he is. You'd be surprised how often he has done dirty in adaptations. Even in good adaptations, they still miss the mark.
Well, I mean, as much as I like Harley Quinn and Ivy, their Bane is basically a joke. Of course, then again, all characters are basically a joke in that show, so.
Yeah, and honestly, I'd kind of make that the exception, just because it like, we're not supposed to take this seriously as like an actual like hard like DC universe with storylines.
Yeah.
But even Batman the Animated Series actually misses the mark with Bane.
I mean, they got some things right, but yeah.
Bane in the comics is literally so intelligent and perceptive. He figured out Batman's secret identity on his own before even stepping foot in Gotham. Like, he figured it out on the plane trip to Gotham.
I see.
And he devised this master plan of wearing down Batman mentally and physically, leaving him in a weakened state for when he finally decides to confront Bruce in his own home, maximizing his chances of success. And so he coordinates breakouts between Arkham and Blackgate, simultaneously releasing all patients and prisoners from both at the same time. And over the past couple of months, Batman is just at his wit's end, constantly having to deal with multiple cases per night. His body aching from just having to push through all of the pain and whatnot, and like it's so hard on him to where he doesn't even sleep at night. The only rest he gets is just being able to lie still in the dark on his bed.
I see.
And that's before Bane breaks into his house and mops the floor with his spine.
Right. I'm thinking.
Oh, and if anybody's wondering, oh god, I feel so awkward. This is the first time I'm addressing the viewers. The comic book storyline I'm talking about is called Nightfall with a K. It is Bane's introductory storyline in the 90s. Back to what I was saying earlier about how the animated series kind of missed the mark with him. They don't exactly have him be particularly remarkable in terms of like his cunning strategy or
All right.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
They did at least remember that the character is I'm not sure what the correct term is, so I'm just gonna say like
Hispanic?
Spanish. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of
Something that
like the movie just made him have like a weird voice.
like even Joel Schumacher's Batman and Robin knew to keep his race.
Yeah. Would you believe me if I told you that The Dark Knight Rises is the only Dark Knight movie that I've seen out of the trilogy?
I would believe you, but that doesn't mean I'm happy about it.
I do need to see the other movies at some point in time.
Honestly, the best of them is Batman Begins.
Really? Everyone talks about The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight's good, but I feel like everyone's like universal praise for Heath Ledger's Joker has led to me just not really caring much for it. Like he does a good job, but I'm not really that interested in his interpretation of the Joker. It's not what I want in a Joker.
I mean, all right.
But with Batman Begins, they weirdly enough, the coolest part of the movie was
Ow.
the scenes with like Bruce just simply talking to Lucius Fox and just going over the specifics of his tech.
Ow.
Because there's one notable bit that stood out because it was something that actually gave an explanation for one of the core gameplay mechanics in the Arkham games.
Alright.
Batman's cape, his gloves send a pulse through the fabric when he grips the edges, and it hardens the material into a specific shape. And that's how he's able to have that consistent gliding shape while still having it lightweight when he's not gliding.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, this part. Oh. Right.
Fortunately, the spark shot weapon you got, I think it stuns him in place. I don't remember when it stuns him in place.
What do you mean, when?
Like the initial charge up or after a successful charge.
Oh, fuck. Was that my infinite ammo one? Or infinite? It was.
Don't worry, when he gets taken out, it will place the knife on the ground near where he fell. Okay, you need to hold the reticle on him and for it to charge up.
Okay. No, that's the wrong one. How far away do I have to be? Like, damn. Oh. Oh, I died. Okay. Fucking... No, it's...
There's literally going to be an E stamped on the item for equip.
I know. I keep forgetting to... Really? Okay. I don't think it's possible to do that.
It is. You just gotta fire it sooner.
I'm pretty sure I fired it as soon as I possibly could. Come on, dude. Come on. No, 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 no. Why are you rushing? The one time he actually moves fast. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Come on. I can't move like when I'm aiming it on him, and
if you had hit the mark the first time, you would have gotten it.
I think this is more trouble than it's worth.
You just need to figure out when to do it.
What do you mean when? I do it like as soon as he's done with his animation, and it. He's too fast. Okay. Come on, do something. Do something. Do something. Do something.
He's trying to do something. That hand gesture is his grapple attack missing.
We're just playing Ring Around the Rosie. Oh my god, are you fucking serious with me?
You literally ran around him so fast you got in range of his dominant arm. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
That did not stun him.
Shit.
Well, whatever. Now I know that it's a waste of time. Are you fucking serious?
You downed him out of range.
This boss fight sucks. It's not... I don't like it. I don't think it's very well designed.
I had fun with it. It kind of just seems like your reaction's a bit slow.
What do you mean? I did everything. It didn't stun him. You saw?
Yes. I was wrong about that. I'm just going off of what I've seen as a whole throughout the entire session.
I never claimed to be good at video games. Okay, please be fast enough.
You know, in hindsight, it feels pretty damn obvious to shoot for the glowing weak spot.
I mean, yeah, but does that matter with the spark?
Yes.
Okay, fine, I'll try it again. But if I fail, I'm blaming you.
I say yes with hesitancy, because I think it will do more damage if you get it there, but I don't think it'll completely stun him.
I missed anyway.
All right.
Whatever. I'm going to back to this. No, please don't run. That was the one time I needed you to not run.
If your plan hinges on the boss fight choosing to not do something, then you should probably change up your plan.
Well, he normally moves slowly.
Yes, but if you need such a small margin of like factors working against you, where just simply him moving faster is what jeopardizes the plan, then it's not a good plan.
Okay. Well, I don't really know how else you're supposed to do this boss fight, considering that it's just move back and forth and hope he's in the middle.
You just down him when you're on the side with the button, because he's downed long enough for the thing to do a full loop around.
Well, yeah. Okay. You also have to hope that when you down him, he's in the middle. And also,
It's pretty wide. It's like 8/10 of the platform.
yeah, you say, but I've had several times where I downed him and he just happened to be out of range.
Yeah, because he was in those two parts.
All right, time for an encore.
You got him.
I still hate that boss fight though. I actually actively dislike that specific boss fight. But I got it, so.
I'm so sorry, Sherry. This is taking forever.
Wow, that has a lot more meaning than it normally would.
I guess.
I'm so sorry, Sherry, this is taking forever. I've reloaded the checkpoint 16 times.
Okay, yeah. I get what you're saying now.
I'm just saying, I don't think it's bad design. I think you're just not really
Well, I will admit I'm
prepared.
Claire?
I will admit that I'm not very good at these kind of games, but at the same time, I feel like that boss fight in particular is kind of annoying.
What are you doing?
I can kind of understand on like older
Sherry's
games that I played when I was younger. I struggled with some parts, and it's like I dreaded them. And then as I improved my skill, I'm just like, oh, this is pretty easy.
William is still out there, and if I don't stop him, this conversation is over. Wait! Wait! I can treat her. In my lab. It's not far away. Mommy? There's not enough time. Millions of lives are at stake. Sherry. Mommy
I like
loves
how
you, sweetie.
drastically different the character looks depending on who you're playing as.
Fucking kidding me. Sherry, don't worry. I will get you.
Yeah.
Okay?
In Leon's playthrough, you encounter her, you're just like, oh, she's an evil mad scientist. She's cackling evilly as she's gonna destroy the world. But with this, you really see, like, humanity within a pretty complex person.
Ned said her lab's
Still not that great, but they're not objectively a piece of shit. But I
Oh.
can't say the same thing about the voice actress.
Yeah. Also, I thought Sherry was like immune or something. Wasn't that a thing in the original?
No.
Oh.
The only reason why she didn't get infected was because you played the wrong scenario configuration.
here. Okay.
Okay.
Like, when they originally designed it, there was no wrong choice, but
Just hold on.
when they reintroduced her,
Just fine.
like, years later as an adult, they kept the plot points from
Okay.
a specific scenario,
There's no turning back.
making it the canon outcome.
Yes. But also, I just want to point out that on the menu, Leon's name comes up first, so I'm pretty sure most people would play Leon's campaign first.
Yeah, I did too. And I just mainly picked them because I was thinking, oh, I'll just pick the boy character because I am boy.
Right, right. So it just seems weird to me that they would make the Claire A, Leon B scenario the canon one.
Yeah.
Hey. Are you okay?
Is it though?
Gave it to me.
It's a leather jacket.
You know it's supposed
I don't know how warm leather really is.
Yeah, and it's been soaking in
in the
late September
sewers.
sewage.
Yeah.
You were doing just fine without me, so I came along and got you all sorts of trouble. I have something of yours.
I don't want it.
Really? Why not? It's so pretty.
It's from my mom. For my birthday last year. All I really wanted was for her to be home more.
I know it seems like your mom doesn't care, but hey, Sherry, come here.
You know, if you think about it, technically this is Bring Your Daughter to Work Day, Hardcore Edition.
It's okay.
Well, technically speaking, she didn't bring her daughter to work. Her daughter just showed up at her work.
Her work was the sewers.
I mean, technically speaking, it was part of where she worked.
She specifically said, I have a lab nearby, take her there.
I know, but like the sewer is connected to the lab.
Yes, but she wasn't in the sewers because of the lab.
Okay. Or was she? Because
I'm getting you treated.
Well-
They only
Just hold on,
went
Sherry.
in that elevator because Mr. X was on the other end. If he wasn't there to corner them, they would have gone out the way they came.
yeah, but Sherry, Sherry seemed to know that her mom was like nearby.
Stand clear until the doors are fully open. For your safety, stand clear
She,
until the doors are fully open.
Went to the police station because she was led to believe that the police are trustworthy. If she needs someone, she can go to the police.
Oh, right, and the police station is connected to the sewers, which is connected to the lab.
What?
Because that's how we got.
What are you arguing?
No,
with
I'm
that?
not arguing anything. I'm just like thinking like
I
she.
just meant that as a general term. Like, what are you trying to explain to me?
Well,
Because
she.
you just listed those locations in rapid succession, and it confused the fuck out of me.
Well, okay, so you're saying that she went to the police station because that's what she was led to. That's what she was told she was supposed to do. But I was saying that she sort of seemed to know that her mom was nearby, and you said that was because she was told to go to the police station. And the police station just happens to be connected to where her mom works in a kind of convoluted roundabout way.
Here, though, okay?
Yeah, but that's not why she went to the police station.
I
Yes.
promise.
They emphasized the trust in the police because the police were under the payroll of Umbrella, and they're high-ranking Umbrella employees. So the police are like an actual trustworthy organization for them.
Yes.
And so that's why she went there, because the parents were like, oh yeah, the police are definitely gonna make sure the child of two high-ranking scientists is safe.
Yes.
Didn't account for Chief Irons being a fucked up meatloaf.
Meatloaf. Alright, well anyway, on the next episode we will explore the lab. See you guys next time.